It's you again. What? Oh wait, is this the same ice cream? Yes, I'm filming two episodes back to back because I have nothing else to do. Final Destination Bloodlines. I love the Final Destination series. I used to bathe in the oils of those films when they were all on Netflix back in like 2016. What just came out of my mouth? But in the end of the day, brilliant franchise. I know they're satirical and goofy, and maybe the first one was a little bit too serious. They tried to make it a little bit too scary, it didn't work, but they rolled with it. They find their niche. They made a new niche. They made the whole, like, I'm pretty sure, to me at least, Final Destination is what kicked off that kind of niche, kind of comedic horror movie. And I mean, like, you know, that 2000s, or late 90s, 2000s kind of vibe with the satirical horrors. And then obviously they have like Scary Movie and stuff, which I feel like is in the same category. But it just works. I feel like they're brilliant. And if you want to introduce someone to horror, starting them with something like Scary Movie or Final Destination, just I think it's a good starting place for people that are really scared of horror movies but want to get into it. But I thought they were done, honestly. They had that Final Destination 5. It was the one with the bridge. Yeah, it was. It was the one with the bridge. And I really enjoyed it. I think that there's not a single film in that series that doesn't hit. There really isn't. I think that the Final Destination 4, doesn't hit as well. But Final Destination 1 is a great starting point. Final Destination 2 is probably one of the best ones. Final Destination 3, I'm just going to start saying FD. I'm not saying Final Destination every time, Jesus Christ, but FD3, Chef's Kiss, beautiful film. My favourite of all time. I literally live next to a theme park and I will not go any roller coasters because of that film. I am 19 years old and I won't go on a roller coaster because I watched a film when I was 7 or 10 or something. I don't know. But the point is, it's been at least 10 years since I saw that film first time and I still won't go on any roller coasters, which is insane. And watching it back, it's not even scary. Like, it really isn't. And yet, something is ingrained in my brain.
Oh my god.
Anyway, beautiful film. FD4, it's alright. It's pretty good. Not as good as FD3. And I think it probably would have been better if it wasn't directly after the best one in the series. And then FD5, I think, is amazing. It really is. The laser eye surgery scene, just as its own, really puts it together for me. And obviously, I think it's Final Destination 5. They get on the plane at the end, so it's a perfect loop to the first one, which I really like. I really like that loop. And obviously, they came up with a new one. And at first, I was a bit like, okay, we had an ending. The ending was the beginning. And I really enjoyed that. That was I love it when shows and movies do this. It's like The Flash. Awful show all around. Season 1, 2, maybe 3, amazing. Season 4, I preferred season 4 to season 3, which is a very hot take, but personally, Sabotage just wasn't it for me.
But the Thinker, which I think season 4, beautiful. But the point is, at the end of that show, they try and kind of do a time loop thing, but then they had another side plot at the end, and it's like, why? You just finished the show in the most perfect way ever, where it's a direct time loop. Barry causes himself to become the Flash, right? It is literally a perfect loop. And they added more shit to it. And we didn't need to see a team up of all the speedsters. We didn't need that. We really didn't. It was cool to an extent. It was pretty shit. But it was alright. But if they just ended it right there and then with the loop, I would have gone, I forgive you. I forgive you for all the crap you've just pulled out. But they didn't, so I'm never going to forgive them. Because they ruined the Flash.
Obviously, Final Destination, they have that loop, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. doing all whatever Final Destiny Bloodlines. I watched the trailer, and it's that one where it's the guy in the tattoo parlor, and I was like, I'm sold. Take my money, please. It just looks so good. The ship where he's swinging, it's like, and he swings on it. That was awesome. What the fuck? It was so good. That's a way to sell movie tickets right there, because Jesus Christ. So I bought movie tickets. Anyway, here's my live reaction. Oh my God. God knows what happened there. Oh. What the hell? Okay, right, well, moving on. I'm gonna play with my hair real quick. Make myself feel better after whatever the hell that was. But yeah, beautiful movie. Nothing wrong with it. I really don't think there's anything wrong with it. People complained about the ending. It wouldn't be a Final Destination movie if everyone lived. They all died because that's a Final Destination movie. It's their final destination. I think it's cool, the idea that she stopped it then, had kids and stuff, and then it meant that the entire bloodline was doomed after that. I really respect that. That was a really sick concept. Also, the deaths were brutal. Bloody, the MRI machine or whatever the hell what that was sick. And then afterwards, when the spring goes in his head, it's still turning. Oh my God. Whoever wrote that scene and then designed it, I want to marry you. Come here, take your pants down, and I will. Okay, again, don't know what that was. Anyway, I really love that movie. I really did. And obviously, they have those humorous deaths, like when the Monster starts, I try and live for as long as I dead. And I was just like, it's perfect. I think most of the deaths were pretty brilliant. They just felt like a Final Destination movie. But what I really respect is the explanation for Tony Todd, and obviously references Kimberly in that from, I think, Final Destination 2, and saying like, people have come to me for over years and years and years asking me for advice, and it means that it is still part of the same universe. It's not a separate thing or anything. It is genuinely still part of the same universe. And it shows like, oh, well, he got saved, and obviously he's waiting to die, and he's this coroner and stuff, and then he does die, and obviously Tony Todd actually did die. And it wraps up it all, because it means no one has survived now. As far as we know, Kimberly and the police officer didn't survive. No, they did survive. There's speculation that they died, but I like to think they survived, because obviously she died and then got resuscitated. So I like that idea. I like the idea that they are the only ones that survived. Everyone else died. And I think that Tony Todd dying as well, his character dying, Bloodworks, whatever it is, it just wraps up the entire universe really well. I don't want to see any more Final Destination movies. As funny as they are, as great as they are, we just don't need it. We really don't. I have no complaints. I really do. 5-star movie. Not 5-star movie. There's movies better than it in other respects, but like a solid 5-star when it comes to that franchise. If I had to rate the movie, like a Letterboxd rating, I'd probably give it a 4-star movie rating. And I mean that. Like, yeah, sure, maybe it doesn't have the best cinematography ever, but there are some beautiful shots in it, to be fair. And it doesn't have the best CGI ever, but it's not meant to. It's not that kind of movie. We're not talking about some Oscar-winning, nominee, beautiful masterpiece. You know, we're talking about Final Destination. It's meant to be funny. It's meant to be amazing. And it's meant to be brutal. It's meant to be like watching a Street Fighter game. That's exactly what it's meant to be. It's meant to be like watching a Street Fighter game. And I respect that so much. But yeah, nothing else to say. That's my 2 a.m. rant over 2 videos that we'll be uploading at some point within the next, I don't know when. But thank you for joining me on my 2 a.m. rant. If you haven't seen the previous video, go watch it, or I will molest you. Other than that, have a good night.